Good evening, my name is Katarzyna Nowicka and welcome to Poland Daily News. Polish President Andrzej Duda is currently in Ljubljana, Slovenia at the Three Seas Initiative Summit. Leaders of 12 countries situated between the Baltic, Black and Adriatic Seas are participating in the event. Special guests include the President of Germany, Frank-Walter Steinmeier, American Secretary for Energy, Rick Perry, and the President of the European Commission, Jean-Claude Juncker.
The Three Seas Initiative Investment Fund was established during the group's summit in Ljubljana. It is supposed to be the additional tool, apart from the EU funds and national budgets, used to finance investments in the Three Seas region. Primarily, the funds would aid transportation infrastructure, for instance railway lines, inland waterways, ports, motorways, but also energy and digital infrastructure. Experts present at the summit argue that it's precisely in these areas that the Three Seas region is lagging behind Western Europe. The Three Seas Initiative complements cooperation within the EU. Meanwhile, the economic presence of the United States of America in the alliance is to contribute to the strengthening of transatlantic ties. The Three Seas Initiative is an initiative of 12 countries of Central and Eastern Europe, implemented on 3 levels: presidential, political strengthening of cooperation in the region, government, joint action for cross-border infrastructure projects, and economic financial, cooperation of chambers of commerce and trade, as well as the cooperation of development banks of the Three Seas region.
Jarosław Kaczyński, the leader of the Law and Justice Party, wrote a special thank you letter to the European election voters. At the same time, he appealed for support of all Poles in the fall elections to the Sejm and the Senate.
Winning the elections to the European Parliament is extremely important, but they are now in the past. Now, autumn elections for the Sejm and the Senate await us. It is in them that the future of our homeland will be settled and the future of a good change will be continued. In order to continue and expand it, we must, as in 2015, achieve absolute majority in the upcoming elections. That is, gain over half of the seats to the Sejm of the Republic of Poland. This is a key issue for the well-being of our homeland. This is why I desire to ask you today for a higher turnout in the autumn parliamentary elections and to cast even more votes for law and justice and even more strongly support our candidates during the election campaign.
The Russian information agency TASS has published the Interstate Aviation Committee's statement released after the visit of the Polish prosecutors to Smolensk. The Russians stand by their opinion that the Polish pilots are responsible for the 2010 plane crash, which claimed 96 lives, including Polish President Lech Kaczyński. The chairman of the Parliamentary Committee for the Investigation of the Causes of the 2010 Polish Air Force Tu-154 crash, Antoni Macierewicz, commented on the statement.
The deadline set by the Parliamentary Assembly of the Council of Europe, ordering the return of the plane wreck to Poland, will pass in September. It is all about creating the impression that there is no need to do it, because the Polish side agrees with the Russian opinion about the cause of the catastrophe. There is no doubt that such a behavior of Russia is only possible due to these officials' lack of caution and lack of experience. These officials are not aware of what Russia is doing. They don't see the propaganda tools that Russia uses in order not to pursue the demands of the international community expressed by the position of the Parliamentary Assembly of the Council of Europe. I hope that in the near future the prosecutor's office will issue a clear message in which they will express the protest against such abuse of the Polish prosecutors and the goodwill of the Polish investigators.
The trade tariff war waged by U.S. President Donald Trump is expected to escalate in the coming weeks as new tariffs will be placed on Mexico on Monday. The Mexican economy will be hit with 5% tariffs on Mexican goods imported into the U.S., unless a breakthrough is reached in the negotiations concerning Mexico's contribution to stemming migration flows into the U.S. President Trump has also revealed that he's considering placing further tariffs on Chinese goods in the near future.
President Trump announced during his state visit in Ireland that Mexico and China can expect another round of tariffs unless a solution is quickly found at the negotiation table.
As you know, Mexico was in yesterday. They're coming back this morning in Washington. They'll be meeting at the White House. I think a lot of progress was made yesterday, but we have to make a lot of progress. Mexico's been making for many, many years hundreds of billions of dollars. I mean, they've been making an absolute fortune on the United States. they have to step up, and they have to step up to the plate. And perhaps they will. We're going to see. They can solve the problem. The Democrats, Congress has been a disaster. They won't change. They won't do anything. They want free immigration to pour into our country.
President Trump also stated that he is prepared to place 25% tariffs on Chinese goods worth another $300 billion.
The United States is the piggy bank. It has all the money that others want to take from us, but they're not taking it so easy anymore. It's a lot different. Our talks with China, a lot of interesting things are happening. We'll see what happens. In the meantime, we're getting 25% on $250 billion, and I could go up another at least $300 billion, and I'll do that at the right time. But I think China wants to make a deal badly. I think Mexico wants to make a deal badly.
President Trump hopes that the threat of tariffs will convince the Mexican leadership to solve the intensifying crisis at the US-Mexican border. The US Border Patrol recently released footage from the largest migrant group ever to cross the border. The video shows a group of at least 1,000 migrants making their way across the border before being taken into custody by US officials. Decreasing illegal migration flows into the US was one of President Trump's main campaign promises in the 2016 US presidential election.
That's all for tonight. Now on to Poland Daily Business with Aleksander Wierzejski and his guest. Thank you. Good night.